Hello and welcome back to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker. Today we're going to address the situation with Section 8. Now, I notice a lot of people have been doing videos on the fact that Section 8 has changed their policy when it comes to renters. But I didn't see too many people talking about the policy change effect on the Section 8 home ownership program. So let me back it up. For those of you who are not familiar and don't know, if you are a renter under the Section 8 program, the way it works now is that you can only be on it for 2 years, and after that, they're kicking you out. The only people who can stay are the elderly and the disabled. Okay? Now, when it comes to landlords, many landlords recently had complained to me in different parts of the country that they weren't getting their Section 8 check. Well, now I finally heard that the checks have finally come in. See, the way it works is you have the Section 8 people who don't have a job, and then you have the Section 8 people that do have a job. They're called working Section 8. Okay? Now, their tenants have been paying, but then the government wasn't paying their part of it. So that's one of the downfalls of Section 8, is that sometimes you don't always get the money on time for whatever reason. And in this particular case, I believe that the reason was due to the fact that we just recently changed presidents, and he has been putting some laws into effect that is reshaping HUD. And with him reshaping HUD and firing a lot of people, or a lot of people losing their jobs in that area, that is one of the reasons why the checks weren't coming in. But now, thank God, many of the landlords that I know, their check has finally come in the mail. So if yours hasn't, and you're a landlord, look for it. It's coming soon. If not, call somebody, but also be understanding of the fact that they're probably short-staffed. Now, moving forward to the Section 8 homeownership program. I did a video on this many years ago because many people weren't taking advantage of it, and I come to find out many people didn't know about it. Many people don't really seem to understand what the Section 8 program is anyway, but that's another story. Anyway, what is the Section 8 homeownership program? Real briefly, it helps low-income families transition from renting to owning a home by allowing them to use their vouchers towards the mortgage payment. That's what it does. Is it still in effect? Yes, in many areas, but unfortunately it has been cut in other areas. Okay? And also the requirements have changed, and I do believe that more changes will be going into effect when it comes to this. All right. So one of the changes that I am aware of is the fact that there will not be families that are like half immigrant and half American. No, everybody got to be American. If you're not American, from my understanding, it sounds as though they're going to be withdrawing the voucher from you. If you have not applied for the Section 8 homeownership program, then you're not going to get it if anyone in your family that's going to live in that house is an immigrant. Okay? Because, see, my family, most of my family is now American or permanent residents, but I still do have immigrant family members. They just don't live in my house. Okay. And then also another thing, I wouldn't qualify. See, in order to be qualified for the Section 8 homeownership program, you would have to have had a Section 8 lease as a renter for 1 year. Okay, so I'm way past that, so I don't qualify. But for those of you who are on the program and you want to stay a little bit longer, and you know that 2 years you may need a little bit more help than that, you might want to look at the Section 8 Homeownership Program. Why? Because with the Section 8 Homeownership Program, the government actually covers you for 15 years if you get a mortgage that's 20 years or more. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And again, the other thing is, if you're elderly or disabled, there's no time limit when it comes to this program as well. Okay. So that's the workaround, if you will. Now, you will have to check with your PHA for, number one, availability, because from my understanding, it's not available everywhere anymore. And then number two, for requirements. And the reason why you got to check for requirements is because, see, the Section 8 homeownership program under HUD was really more of a federal thing. Now, they're trying to push it out of federal and make it more state. And they have also, like when it comes to certain duties or certain protocols, they have pushed it to the state, and some states don't have enough money for it. Okay? So that's why you have to check to see if it's available. It's not available everywhere like it used to be before the Project 2025. And again, I don't know what other changes are going to happen in the future. They say that mortgage insurance may go up according to what's already written in Project 2025. I don't know if that's going to pass or not. I'm not sure how they're going to work that in. That's one of the reasons why, guys, you got to vote. You got to vote. You got to vote. Period. All right? Period, exclamation mark, 3 times. But anyway, moving along. So with the mortgage insurance going up, it's going to make homes a little bit more expensive than they are right now. So here's a little something. I told you guys in the other video, I had an aunt who was living up here in New York. She was, under Section 8, and she found out about the homeownership program. She didn't buy a house here in New York. She bought the house in Florida, and she moved to Florida and lived in that house. She was actually able to pay off the house way before 20 years. You know how? Because instead of letting us give her presents, it was more like, give me money and let me use the money. And so, that money was used towards the mortgage. You understand me? So that's basically what she did, is she used whatever gift money that she got. She was a working Section 8, by the way. She was always employed. So she was able to just save all of that money, use the gift money and, anything that she could find, put it together, and she put it towards that mortgage. And that's how she was able to pay it off ahead of time. So if she can do it, you probably can do it too. You might not be able to do it in the state that you're currently living in. Like if you live in New York, forget it. But let's say Alabama, where you can get a house for $50,000, places like that, places where, you can get a house real cheap, then yeah, you can do it in those states, right? But then again, you gotta have to check to see if Alabama still has the Section 8 home ownership program. They may still have Section 8, but they might not have the home ownership program. And if they have it, they might have certain requirements, and it may be, limited availability. See, here's the thing. When you are low income, you really have to act fast. Okay? You cannot dilly-dally because there's so many in that particular category. Okay? So, make your decisions, speak to someone if you can, and then move forward with it. Decide whether or not you're going to go this route or you're going to go that route. But basically, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that what I've given you is enough for you to make smart financial moves. So feel free to pass this amongst your friends. Why? Because each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.